Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel, and thanks for logging on. Today, we're discussing the Nomos Tangomat Ruthenium date. You can see and you can purchase this automatic winding in-house caliber Ruthenium Dial Nomos on our website. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoy these videos, and please click on the card in the upper right-hand corner of the screen at any time during this video to see our full sales listing for this watch with additional accessories included in the sale, high-resolution images for your desktop, and naturally complete pricing details for this Nomos Tangomat Ruthenium date. Now, the most striking features of this watch in order are the case profile, the dial coloration, and Nomos' splendid in-house Zeta caliber, and we're going to attack them in order. First, the case, the fit and the feel, and then the aesthetics. You can see that the watch is discreetly styled and traditionally sized. 38 millimeters in diameter, it's only 8.5 millimeters thick, so though it is considerably squared off from the bezel to the case flank, it's essentially just as thin as an Audemars Piguet Royal Oak 15202 Jumbo. That's 8.3, this is 8.5. Both will clear any dress cuff. Now, from lug to lug, the watch is perhaps a little bit rangier than you might expect, thanks to the fact that the lugs are extended beautifully to create a structural element that's also a styling element. 48.5 millimeters across the wrist. For those who are wondering, and I understand why you would, 20 millimeters is the lug spacing. Part of the fun of owning a Nomos is accessorizing with straps, and while the standard black shell cordovan is a gorgeous piece, nevertheless, the watch is rife with potential for modification thanks to Nomos and aftermarket straps, and you have a world of options. All you need is a pin tool, as you can see, and you can start swapping. Now, it's a wonderful suede finish on the underside. It has a little bit of like an Alcantara. I'm comparing artificial leather to real leather here. Alcantara being a simulated suede that has a rather technical grain to it. This feels like that, not quite as rich and plush as conventional suede leather, but it's certainly not the slick, de-haired, pore-free shell cordovan profile on the top. Now, the strap features a monotone stitch and a sheer flank, so you can actually see layers of the strap via the sheer flank. You can actually enjoy the cross section of the leather. It is from the Horween Leather Company in the United States, with a pin buckle for a classically low profile in high polished stainless steel like the case. Now, the case has few but effective lines. You'll note that there's a case band line formed by the junction of the bezel and the mid case, and then strong geometries about the lugs themselves, which create a little bit of a chameleon effect. As you look at the watch from head on, they are straight as an arrow. As you look at them from the side, they have a little bit more of a girder-like span to them, almost like a suspension bridge with the watch riding between the two extremities. Now, you'll note that the bezel from head on is incredibly minimal, almost like a silver halo about the dial. The dial has a few well-chosen details. Now, there's a semi-gilt or light champagne coloration to the numerals, as well as the indices and calibrations and the Nomos script at 12 o'clock. Plus, there's a date at 6 o'clock that's on a monotone date disc, lightly recessed with the same coloration to its print, a recession for the sub-seconds, and then long, spindly, and high-polished baton-style hands. The look is minimalist, but there's a surprising amount to appreciate. Everything from the fashion in which the indices and the numerals are radially arrayed to the beautiful 12 to 6 axis that really contains all of the action of the dial. The 12, the marquee, the hands, sub-seconds, and the date. Now, this is a Ruthenium dial. It's the same material conventionally used by many watchmakers at far higher price points to create different shades, ranging from a dark gray or anthracite, like you see here, to almost a platinum-like silver sheen. Here, Nomos goes dramatic with a darker application of ruthenium, but on the case back, you can see the use of rhodium on brass bridges. Now, this is the Nomos caliber Zeta. Epsilon would have been the equivalent automatic without a date, but this is the Zeta. You can see a number of styling signatures, not just of Nomos, but of Glashutte watchmaking in the modern era generally. You'll note that the bridges, although not a true three-quarter, as they are broken up into components for easier servicing, they do have a three-quarter style to them. So, true to the pocket watch era and pocket watch heritage of Glashutte, you have that three-quarter bridge, true kiln-fired, heat-oxidized blued screws, not chemically dyed. We are not in Switzerland. These are not Geneva waves, not Côte de Genève. They are Glashutte stripes. And you can see there is a sunray double spiral to the reduction wheel for the winding system. And that's one of the elements of the movement that is hand-finished. There are quite a few handsome details here. The movement, though principally mechanically finished, is artfully designed, so even those elements executed with the assistance of a machine are done in a handsome and thoughtful fashion. You'll note outboard there's a tight and even perlage across the base plate, and unusual refinements, including a splendid rocking reverser system for the bidirectional winding automatic. It has a 42-hour power reserve, but the reversing rocker just beneath my thumb is a wonderful love note to Swiss classics like Jaeger-LeCoultre, which used this design for years on the 889, or even Audemars Piguet today, which has a hidden reversing rocker of the same design on its caliber 30-120 series. You can see the Triovis micro adjustment system on the index, used for precise regulation per Nomos. These watches can keep ISO 3159 time, which is the international chronometer standard that forms the basis for the COSC test. Now you'll note if I pull the crown, it does hack the balance. It is a high-grade balance and hairspring combination, not the Nomos swing system. Those are the DUW, the Deutsche Ehrenwerke series. These are named after Greek letters. Greek letters means Nomos in-house caliber without the swing system. DUW means Nomos in-house caliber with the swing system. Nevertheless, they buy the best components for the escapement, balance, and hairspring on these Greek letter models, and you can see the combination of hacking seconds for precisely setting your watch and a quirky semi-quick set date. You actually back the hour hand from 10 p.m. through 12 a.m. back and forth, advancing like an old-fashioned caliber, like for example an old Heuer caliber 11, where you back through midnight again and again to advance the date. A handsome watch, a quirky watch, but intentionally so. This is a watch that defies efforts to name its price, which is to say, if you told your non-watch connoisseur friends that this was a $10,000 watch, they would nod their head yes. The detailing, the design, it's that thoughtful, it's that well executed. At the same time, this is a watch that watch guys will absolutely adore. It defies snobbery because it's completely unassuming, handsome, charming, and perfectly sized, that there is no bombast to this watch, nor brand worship. Handsome, thoughtful, and remarkably deluxe with the in-house caliber. You can see and you can purchase this 3 ATM water-resistant automatic winding Nomos Tangomat Ruthenium date in stainless steel on our website.